What up, world? It's your homeboy Mag 357 Guns. Appreciate y'all for watching the video, coming out to the live, and all that good stuff. What we're finna do is get into this Nike Air Force One I got going. This is how I do my water. Couple splashes of bleach. I'm gonna put any type of dishwashing liquid. This is what's gonna even though the shoe is all white, this is what I do to neutralize that bleach to keep everything from turning yellow or whatever the case is. So it's just a good practice to keep doing it. So that's why I'm gonna keep doing it. Then we're gonna add the powder. This is my tooth sudsy that I make. Ooh, smell good. I'm gonna shake it up a little bit. And let me see what I'm gonna do here. Alright, so what I'm gonna do, make sure that for some reason it didn't want to sud, it didn't activate for me. Now it's activating. You see it neutralizing. And it start foaming and doing all that. That's what you want to see. This is for colors, whatever the case is. You want to do this. Even though these are white, I don't want them turning yellow, so I'm doing this. I'm going to do this anyway. Alright, so here's the backstory on these. Okay, cop these off of eBay. Little or nothing. Probably wasn't even 18 bucks. So the thing is, my daughter, she came to visit. She saw these. She was like, I want them. I was like, what? She's like, yeah, I want these. She's like, I want, because we normally get shoes alike either way it go. And as she's growing, she's noticing that she can't take the shoes with her. You know, growing up, she can't wear the same shoes. So she's like, well, this time I want this one. So I got her these Air Force Ones. And I got her a Jordan 5. It didn't come in yet. So we're waiting on the Jordan 5. That's a surprise. She don't know nothing about that. She low-key asked me for another pair of Jordan 5s because I still have the one that she wore that we rocked together, which was a Jordan 5 cement. And as she was leaving to go back home, she looked at that shoe and was like, can I take these with me? I was like, you can't even wear them. She said, well, buy me another one. I really, really like these. I was like, okay, cool. I'll get you. So that's how that came about. Plus, she made good grades in school. All that, you know, so why not? Alright, so we got that done. They all white. I mean, what's gonna hurt? It ain't gonna hurt nothing. So what I'm thinking is to go ahead and just drop everything. These are just filthy. Look at how bad these are. So make a mental note of that, how bad they are, because they're not gonna look like that by the time I get done. kind of want these to soak some water up, so let's put some water in there. They only came with one lace. So, of course, I know a little shop down the way. I can go get some good laces. I'm gonna just wash this one anyway. Who knows, I might find one that I had rogue sitting around somewhere. And if you know, you know. I always start with the laces anyway. And they pretty much come out white damn near immediately. I'm just trying to get this water at a level where they kind of, the two sudsy is working and doing this thing. Just flip these on the other side so they can always have contact with that water. The texture from these laces will wash it. You don't want to take nothing and try to scrub the laces. You'll create this like this nappy. You'll take the thread out basically. You can if you want to. I'm just giving you the warning sign. Anything else, that's on you.
Someone sent me a picture of Kim Kardashian. This is very exciting. This is the Tiffany blue I was telling you about earlier.
All right, so
Second color that they
let's see.
See that? Look at that. That's Kim Kardashian.
Okay. Like I say, since we got this one, I kind of had to do it a little differently. BALENCIAGA campaign. I don't know what that is. All right. All right, so here, I'm just line them up.
What's in the background? The lightning bolt coming down? The lightning bolt?
Flip it, do it again.
That's Luke 10:18.
Boom.
Like I said the other day.
I'm just gonna hang this up to dry.
It was Nas X. He had Luke 10:18 on his gym shoes. Remember that? With the CC's.
All right, so now we're gonna work on these. Look at how nasty they are. We'll be using.
Slim Shady, right?
We'll be using this scrubber. You see that mud just, yeah. Somebody wore these barefooted. Like I said, I got bleach in my water. We're going to do all that good stuff and clean all that out. So boom.
These are old ritual things that they're doing to people. Okay? Just like
we're just gonna keep going until we get them back white. Then it's got like some kind of special, some kind of special, whatever that is right there. Yeah, we couldn't even see it first. So let's hit it with a little water, a little rinse off. All right, what I'm gonna do, or I'm gonna try to attempt to do, is scrape it while it's under the water. It may work, it may not. So we got a good clean one compared to this. You know what I'm saying? So same thing, we're gonna break the dirt down like we did before. We're gonna do this one the exact same way. Don't skip no steps because this is super damn dirty. Go back in, same routine. Trying to rinse it off too soon or make some of them stains stay. And when I rinse it off with cool water. That's hot water. And that cool water locks in that dirt. So know that. Hot water makes it release. Alright, that is hurting the forearm. And right there, that was hot water that I rinsed with. We're going to hit it one more time. But this time we're going to go the long way. Alright, then we're going to go back to what we were doing at first. Alright, squeeze it.
Especially as you build, you know, organized societies, and you have
Let's see. And what this is a grill cleaner from Dollar Tree. Every time I see one, I be wanting to get one, but I haven't never broke this one yet. I had it about 2 years. Alright, so what I'm looking at, I still got a stain right here. There it is. Goodbye. Alright, boom, clean, clean. So now we're working on I'm not good at introducing myself. I'm better at hear about or read that true easy for me to piece together what the world cares about. And how does mostly because I think that building where I want to start with you, of course, I'm going to go straight to the Africa is a place that, we start to see boom happen in the late 2000s. You understand me? Where most countries have been going much earlier than that. But Africa is a place where it's not only having first we can start with tech, a lot of people are afraid of that, and other people see investment opportunities. Right? Over there, building out Africa, we have to see that 2050, 2060, and I can just imagine Africa with beautiful, tech, but at the same time, organic and it just cleaned that up so quickly and so good. One of these shoes has an issue where it wants to fold, but I'm not gonna let it fold.
a lot of black people had their first glimpse of, oh, this is what a black world would look like. Black races and language and colors and what even when you do science laboratory, they see in the world. And I like the movie specifically for that reason, because it was good imaging and programming. What do you see as the future for Africa based on your comings and goings, your building?
All we're doing is hitting that outside rim because that's important. People see that when they look down. Even though this is for my daughter, you know, kids is gonna be kids. They're gonna be doing all kind of foolishness with their shoes, with their feet rather. So I'm pretty sure she'll still appreciate it because it's clean. So. I mean, this method just gets off any type of little stain. And that's crazy, but it's what's working. Now right here, I kind of don't recommend doing this, but I'm going to lightly hit this mug with it.
2000s is Asia's time.
Then I'm going to use my...
I believe 2100.
You see what I'm saying? And since I went up and down, I'm just going to go one direction.
All of the previous civilizations that I mentioned were developed.
Okay.
So Africa has been notoriously underdeveloped. One of my favorite books by Rick Warren is called How Europeans Developed Africa.
Then over the top right here, I know what I'm going to do. Hold on.
And what he had kind of laid out was exactly how Europe developed.
I'm going to have a little sit down. Because this is going to take a minute. It's a white shoe, and I want to get as much of these threads clean as possible. Because when you try to rush this right here, whatever you miss is what stays on the shoe.
The minds of a few people, but not out of the minds of Africans in Africa.
That's the issue, right?
Right. But then having $1 billion kind of, or multi-million-dollar, $200 million put behind it, and then all the marketing that came out of it. So it's questionable at the time when I was.
It's like a ribbon material, so it doesn't take much. You don't have to scrape real hard because you will go through those threads. Just pull up, hop out, get out, do your thing, get out of there. You know what I'm saying? I still want to see that Nike Air on that ribbon right there in the front, and it's
I
there.
never even thought about that because in Africa it's development, and then in
And it's kind of hard to hold these because they're so small.
or even in Jamaica it is miseducation. So right now Ethiopia is at 11.9% GDP annually. So Ethiopia.
So what I want to do.
And there are many countries in Africa. 9 out of 14 fastest developing countries in the world actually exist in Africa. Because of this underdevelopment that's happened, now Africa is trying to develop. It would have developed, and let's say it would have developed. It was the most developed and advanced civilizations anywhere in the world in what belonging, be it the trans-Saharan trafficking by the Arab Muslims, or be it the transatlantic trafficking and colonialism by the Euro-Judeo-Christians. At the time in 1650,
Let's see.
when,
Okay, yeah, like this.
Portuguese and French explorers were going to Congo had Italy and most developed civilizations in the world at the time. The whole idea that you're is useful for this week. We hired them. Alright, that's some bullshit. Where they're talking about their kings and queens in Europe. The only way that they were able to develop into kings and queens was by copying Africans and stealing from Africans. They made our kings and queens who were administrators of municipalities and land kingdoms and empires.
And it's like sometimes you break these little pieces off. So go in and make sure you retrieve those, because again, I won't be wearing this shoe. My daughter will. So put your hand in there, kind of rub it around slowly. Make sure you don't get no pricklies from those bristle brushes. Alright, so
Nigeria or Ghana or not Ethiopia.
Now, I'm not satisfied with it. So this is where this brush comes in at. Once we get done doing the good hard work. This is the one that's gonna come in and make sure it suds everything out. Because they both have a way of cleaning surfaces differently. You'll find that out once you get the cleaning shoes this particular way. Remember, there's a sock liner, and then there's an area before the sock liner. And you got to get both of those areas. So right there we got a stain. I think we just dropped it out though. And what this does, the bristle brush goes deep. This gets the surface off of what you are, what you bring up, basically.
That's very, very interesting. You said a lot of different things. Specifically, even getting to the last point about our education being and like, and then at the same time looking at, you got European civilization, you got American.
All right, now. What we didn't do, we didn't get up under the tongue, so don't forget that. Go all the way up under.
Civilization really just means coming under military jurisdiction. So it really doesn't have anything to do with the morality of the people. And I think that's what a lot of people get it wrong. Like they think because you civilize you good. It doesn't. It means you now come under those structural rules and laws, and you are under the threat of military jurisdiction, might and power. Otherwise, you cannot participate in their society.
That's hot water right there. No problem. These won't fall apart.
It has this part to play in, especially as you bring, organized society, and we have specific goals for that society. We have specific rules. Now, whether those rules are laid by the goals, whether or not it be represented to the rules that keep in place that we're considering whether that has anything to do with at all. So for the most part, it doesn't.
And for the most part, I may not have to do too much to these. But let them dry and lace them back up. And that's really what I'm looking for.
Black bodies, right? And the accumulation of black bodies as a workforce effort so that they can produce and do more. So, but to that point though, I'm just thinking about the short time spent in African countries that have been alive and like, let's say America.
All right, boom. Let's go back in.
After a country has had 5 all of these other different things to get to this point, right? Like even with white women being liberated now, to be in more position to get paid more, like they men had 500 year head start.
Right.
Let us build this, and then we can talk about your rights. Like that's
All
literally.
right. So if anything,
So
I mean, it really don't even need whiting on the outsole.
necessary, I guess.
But if anything,
A country to
it's
thrive.
probably what I end up doing if I need to do it.
Go through those birth pains.
But I think she gonna be ready.
Go through it in a manner that
Once this right here get cleaned, dried,
civilization, so-called civilization,
she gonna be ready.
have done it, but the grace period and looking.
So again, if you don't know the backstory, my daughter asked for these.
going to that point where
And I said, no problem. You doing good in school and stuff like you always do. I'm gonna get you some shoes.
you know they're self-sustained, and you start developing these other liberties that people are doing in society and demonstrate as rights. Those things don't usually come until people are fighting. Like no poor people is fighting for sexual rights.
They're fighting for food.
It's like, nobody at war is thinking about, rights. They come to win the war. So, rights themselves are recorded in the Constitution. You understand these particular types of rights, food rights,
So same thing. It's gonna be a minute on this one too, because I mean,
And all of the leaders in Africa,
it's a white shoe.
whatever anybody wants to say about black community on the reality is that now in this country, LGBTQ has become the biggest social justice movement in this country. And in the 70s, it used to be Black Pride. Now it's just Pride, and the Black Power fist is now absorbed by a rainbow flag, which is now signifying those different gender identities or sexualities. And my thing is how are we now in a time where, and personally, I don't care what anyone thinks, black people, Afro-American, indigenous people are still the biggest topics of drug, food, how has that been defunded and now a movement that doesn't do anything really for black economy? Also,
Now, what I did last time, I did hit this up here. We're just getting at the threads at this point. So, go on up there and hit them threads.
First it was like Black Pride, like right now it's like we are speaking about the identity of the people who aren't trying to foster trade agreements between countries where this country is building this road. And if you want to really get into it, we need to talk about primary.
Alright, now we're knocking that white off this sock liner area.
Which is a product of
And
tertiary economy.
I'm gonna go politely hit that right there.
Solid primary economy, a solid secondary economy, and then the tertiary economy of goods and services. Primary economy being mining, agriculture, and division of labour. Secondary economy being manufacturing. So you've got the resources,
hit it too many times. Just hit it and get off of it.
For all of this stuff, we can do stuff with it.
Don't try to dig off into it.
As a people, all around the world now, because of the marketing,
If you want to keep your Nike Air being visible and all that kind of stuff. So, and right here you can be rough as you want to. 'Cause I don't read that back part of it.
I sat down with a brother a few weeks ago. He told himself and he was like, "We ain't free until we get back to farming." And I know from the studies that I've done that we weren't all kings and queens. We were mainly farmers, and that was what allowed us to be able to build civilization. Now we have this whole idea that we are the product of people that have been colonized and enslaved. And now in order for us to get back to our sovereignty, we have to become kings rather than first becoming farmers and capitalists and the things that made us rich.
That's super key. I think, you know, people definitely want to go to the loyalty thing.
Right.
You understand me? Like, even if, you know, I just recently came from Kenya, Egypt, you understand me? And when you think about that, first of all, I got this new notion about Egypt. That's how it came from Egypt. After seeing the statues that they had of themselves, I'm talking about, you know, 100-foot statues. Two of them, 4 women on the side of them. I said, man, y'all think he got an ego in America as black men? Like, you know, I think now my thing is, I don't think we have a big enough ego. You know, and really the reason I say that is because, you know, every time we do get grand ideas that get talked about society, we become considered crazy. Who are you to think that big of yourself? Right? And to have that much of a vision of yourself and also to worship yourself.
Right.
Right? Because to worship your own reflection is also just the appreciation of creation itself. Right? Like, I'm not saying I created myself, but I am appreciative of the creator for creating me. Right? But what they was able to do during that time is they were able to get, and one is able to feed their people. Because they knew how to utilize the Shawnee, they knew how to utilize the Nile River for agriculture, and they were able to feed their people, give them a certain standard of living. So when, you know, the kings of the pharaohs and the leaders at that time did have a vision, because they were supplying their standard of living. Yeah. One structure. Like, imagine today if we say, yo, I'll give you food, clothing, and shelter. You understand me? And I just want you to work for me. Like, look, we about to build this building. That's about a big statue of me on there. But, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, you good, though. Right. Or you gonna work? And I'm probably like, you know what? I'll work. You know what I'm saying? Everything has to take right? Because rule number 1 is you want to build a entire society and civilization, you have to take care of your people. You understand me? Whoever can give those people the greatest standard of life, we want to go to it. But anyway, to that point though, as I look at the ancient Egyptians, I said maybe our visions and our ego is not big enough for us to be able to rule the world. Because if you think about the egos of those who rule the world, they build everything in their image. Everything to represent them, everything for their worship. You understand me? I mean,
And they still do now.
Still do that.
It's just different faces of them.
Look at Donald Trump. Donald Trump built his Trump Tower
Everywhere. I
everywhere.
was in India, there was Trump Towers.
And he became president.
Right.
So it's like, you know, early age, somebody would have been told Trump to be humble, even then he became president. Right? We said that to the same Rockefellers and all these other families to be humble, they would have never gotten to their position. Now, given these are terrible examples to use.
Right.
Terrible examples to use. But to that point, we don't have many examples of a black specifically like in America.
So I am going to have to do a little de-yellowing on this white part of the soul.
That's what you're communicating, and you're producing this mass frequency, and you have an entity that's powerful. But we don't produce enough vision, and we don't have an ego big enough that's inflated enough to believe that we can do it. A pretty big ego. You understand legend is the asset you leave behind. Right? So like a legacy rather. So we talk about a few things when we talk about the LGBT community. They have a pretty big ego. They have, but behind that they have organization structure, they have corporation, and an agenda. And you cannot do anything without those things. So it's like we always come back time and time again and we see people in position of power. Look at how they got the rules they blueprint, right? Because they're able to politicize their movement. They're able to do it strategically, economically. They're able to organize events around it, lobbyism, in every aspect. The grind is totally This episode is brought to you by Gold Water. And that's what we've always been missing. You know, is structure. So it's like when we talk about economic structure, you've been around the world and you've seen different systems, and recently we talked about Sadhguru and the system that he created over there, economic volunteerism, and that being a sustainable model to be able to build out, a world system, have people work together and create a new idea of monies and currencies. What was it that you witnessed, and how did you link up with Sadhguru in the first place?
One of my friends, a brother called Che, he is managing kind of a lot of the promotional stuff for one of Sadhguru's movements that he's doing now, which is Save Soil. What Sadhguru's saying is, and what all the
Alright, so I think we good on that. Let's go ahead and knock this out with this baby brush, and this is gonna be a wrap up. Is this something sticking me? Shoot.
We're just gonna have sand and dirt. And Che linked me up with him because he was like, a lot of the stuff that you were speaking about, people have already done in India. So I went to India to go and see what was done, and what was done is amazing. He has about 800 acres of land. He has 5,000 volunteers living there. He has a temple, yoga, ashram, accommodation for volunteers, people going out there on holiday. He and his organization, the Isha Foundation, has planted 62 million trees in the last 25 years. And I'm like, where's that in Africa? So I'm like, well, I'm going to link with people in Africa and I'm going to make that possible.
What's his economic structure called?
He has a few, but basically it's foundation. Where, for instance, how he's able to plant certain trees is he takes donations from people and he also sells, he has like online web series. So imagine like, have you heard of Gaia? So Gaia is like the Netflix of consciousness, right? Sadhguru had his whole metabolism where he has like 30 or 40 different stuff, right? And that has subscription to the modern world. So he has that, he sells, a variety of things. This whole engineering thing is basically giving people my thing is, when we were back to when we were in our highest position, not necessarily saying that, but what you had said is that we had a big ego, we had a big ego.
That's a wrap.
Yeah, and then they knew from that point on they were going to have to be together. Right? But meanwhile, they're not told public. They are right for
white culture, everywhere is destroyed. It hasn't elevated. So now you don't have in white culture creation, you have recreation. And the problem with recreation is that all you're doing is appropriating. Recreation is just a nice name for appropriation, right? And you're appropriating and misjudging cultures that are based on spirituality, where you have this idea that all the books, these self-help books that are coming out from Europeans now, are how to rule and dominate. They're like how to rule and dominate, how to make as much money as possible. You have like the 48 Laws of Power. You have these books that are based on the 42 Laws of Power. You have the 10 Commandments that is based on 42 negative proclamations.
Boom. So you're gonna set them up like this. Once you set them up like that,
You now have a whole
you should be able to pour any water out. So the fact that no water really came out of this mean I did a great job of drying it out, rinsing it out. So these are clean now, and she's gonna enjoy these when I put these together once they dry.
That flex is completely debased from what they follow, which is
Again, my daughter asked for these
advanced capitalism.
for the school year or whatever, and I was like, sure, I'll get them for you. Don't worry about it. And as you can see, got them all clean.
Personally, I think the best system.
She's gonna love it. Yeah. And I got a surprise Jordan 5 that's coming up in the mail. Y'all be looking for that video as well. It's your homeboy Mac 357 Guns. Appreciate you. Live, learn, live, and grow. One.
And I don't believe that